Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there in YouTube land. I went and spent some money yesterday at Harbor Freight, like every man does on Black Friday. What do? You buy tools for your garage. So we bought a 60-inch 3-drawer woodworker bench, like I actually needed one. I could probably make one out of plywood if I wanted to. And then we bought a Bauer Benchtop bandsaw. We need the bench to put the bandsaw on. And then we bought a Benchtop 5-speed drill press. I've got a big one at work, but I figured I needed a small one here at home, so I didn't want to buy the smallest one and didn't want to buy the biggest one for $400. So I bought the small one for, I believe it's about $169. I'm going to go ahead and I've got this whole area cleared out here. We're going to set the workbench up here. We're going to assemble it, get the other two items, take them out, and get them all set up and have me something else in my small garage. We got the workbench all opened up, so I'm going to go ahead and start taking it inside piece by piece, and then we'll follow the instructions and get it all put together. Right, Harbor Freight 60-inch Yukon woodworking workbench completed. Took me 50 minutes, just under an hour to completely assemble it. Not bad. Took the liberty, as you could tell through the video, in every little joint, every connection, like between here and here, even the bottom piece. It's all glued together along with screws. I feel like that's the best way to do something to prevent vibration. And over the time, you never know what you're going to fill your drawers with. Wood glue just helps make it a little bit stronger. No creaks, no squeaks, no cracks. All right, that project is all completed. Looks great, honestly, and it's really, really, really heavy. Really heavy. So time to break out the drill press and time to break out the bandsaw. All right, well, we have got the Bauer Benchtop bandsaw. Very cool. I've been playing with it for probably the last 10 or so minutes, just putting it all together. Went together really, really simply. You can open up the top here. You can get a visual of everything. This right here is like a quick release, and it helps lower the top pulley, and then you can change the blade really easily. Looks like it's got quality bearings for that, not bushings, which is good. Kind of the same for the bottom. We've got bearings here behind the blade, so when you start pushing on it, it's not gonna like push it away. I like that. It's got a little brush here, help wipe off any of the debris. Very cool. The table itself has the adjustability here with this knob. You can loosen these and then turn, and you can adjust the pitch of your table. That is neat. It's got a little indicator down here to tell you exactly what degree you're on. Whatever you want, you just lock these back and you're good to go. Back here you've got a blade guide, so you can adjust this here, which is how thick a material you're going to cut. You loosen this knob and you can raise that up if you want to cut something thick, or you lower it down if you want to cut something thin. We're just going to go ahead and leave it right there. Lock this back down. Then this knob here, that's your blade tracing. So you'll close this. Now you're safe, and you can look through the actual window here and you can see where the blade rides. Now, where it was initially set from the factory, I had to make an adjustment because it seemed all fine and hunky-dory until I turned it on, and then the blade walked all the way forward. So I had to make an adjustment. So let's go ahead. Let's turn it on. Sounds cool. We come in here and we look. Blade's running right there in the middle. Beautiful. Very excited to start playing with this. Never had my own bandsaw. I know it's not much, but for your weekend warrior garage guy, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be pretty good. One thing I didn't like is they didn't have any replacement blades for this at Harbor Freight. They had 9 blades in stock and none of them were, I think this is 64.5-inch blade if I'm correct in that assumption. If not, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, so you'll probably just have to buy replacement blades or thinner blades, metal cutting blades, whatever you want. I'm going to be using this for cutting 1/16 inch and 1/8 inch plywood. That was the purpose why I bought it. But those projects for future videos, I just wanted to do an unboxing and a quick little review of this. Now we've got this done, got it set, we're good. Let's go ahead and get the drill press. Now this is the 2/3 horsepower drill press. It's not their smallest model, it's their in between. It's the one right above that. So this one is actually requiring a little bit more assembly. So anything that's got a bolt, I'm gonna go ahead and just put blue Loctite on it because I don't want the bolts coming out. And once we get the base on, we got to go ahead and rotate this worm gear assembly track over and clock it to this side, and then we'll be good to go to mount the head unit. So this track here is basically your worm gear track. I'm gonna just put a little bit of grease on there, residual. This is your worm gear here inside of your base. I went ahead and removed it. It's part of your parts bag, but I went ahead and put some red grease on it because if it's going to be a worm gear, you want things to move smoothly and efficiently. You can see all the red grease I've got in there. Looks good. Any leftovers, I'm just going to put it on that. Now we can take our base, we can slide it on our shaft, and we can rotate the worm gear and get the base down here. Now I've got it assembled 90%. The only thing I'm really waiting to get put on is the actual chuck itself. But I opened this up and I was noticing the different RPMs that it offers based on the gear setup here. What I'm going to be using it for and what the diagram says, I don't think with the size of this unit I'm going to drill anything bigger than a 1-inch hole. So it says here wood, aluminum, iron, and steel. So rather than go to around, you know, number 3 and number 3 on the pulleys at 1800 RPM, I'm going to drop it here to the second pulley system and run it at 1100 RPM, because right now straight from the factory it is at 630 RPM, and I think it will help a little bit to bump it up to what it says here, which is cool. It gives you the diagram right here, same as in the instructions. So I'm going to go ahead and move the belt up one. Now for the installation of the chuck, I followed the instructions. It's a press fit. It is a wedge fit, just like I don't know, I would say a flywheel on a hub on a crankshaft for a go-kart engine. Some things are just held in with the right, you know, chemistry, the right angle, and that's what this is. It is a wedge fit design. There's no screw, no bolt going up through the middle. What it says is to put a piece of wood on the tray and use this and pull down on it. Now I did that and I got some flex out of this. So what I opted to do, I put Loctite on it because I feel like, I know we can use Loctite sleeve retainer, and if you allow Loctite to harden and set up, which I'm going to allow it to do, it may help it bond. I'm not sure. May be wrong there. If it falls out, and I'll clean it up and try it again. But what I ended up doing, I've got this old brass hammer here. I held it up against this just like so. And then I took my other hammer down here and I gently tapped on it about 10 or 15 times just to kind of like, you know, help seat it, and if it wasn't all the way on there from pushing it against a piece of wood like the directions say. But other than that, she is good to go. Got that there. We can crank it down with our handle. Operates nice and smooth. Very slick, very slip, very happy about it. And then if we come up here, and we pop this, we have moved our belt to the 1100 RPM setting. Go ahead and close that down. Now, one thing I thought was absolutely killer was this button right here, laser. Check that out. And it'll let you know if you're off or if you're center. Isn't that neat? You can figure out exactly where you are, and then let's say you were going to drill a piece of wood, you can find exactly where your center is. That is so cool. And then we have the light feature, which really puts some light on the situation. So we can turn our laser off. We've got our light. We're good to go. Good to go. Very, very, very excited about this. All right, let's go ahead, turn the light off. Let's flip it on. Yeah, she's rolling now. Okay, very cool. It's running smooth, running nice and true. Can't complain. Can't complain. I think what I might do, I might go ahead and screw it down to the tabletop to where I don't get any movement out of it. Okay. Very cool. Got me a little benchtop bandsaw and a benchtop drill press. Now I'm all ready to get to work. The hobby projects are calling my name. Ah, this is fun. What do you do on Black Friday? Well, you sit in the garage and you put stuff together. So, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, drop them in the comments section. And I will see y'all on the next one. Peace. Happy Thanksgiving.